Welcome to Football Organically. I'm your host, Doug Parrish, where we capture and share all the unscripted drama of college football. It is football season, ladies and gentlemen, and I am so excited to be with you once again. This is our third season kicking off Football Organically. We will be bringing you the 2025 ACC football preview, along with the power rankings, and of course, the top transfer portal players coming into the ACC this year. I'm super elated to be with you guys again for the 2025 season. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to some really good clashes coming up in this season. You know, the ACC football preview is so on target right now. We have some of the best teams in the country, starting with Florida State, who you guys might be surprised about this year, but Florida State should be muscling up some strength to be competitive in the ACC this season. Secondly, I'm going to take a look at Clemson and my good friend Dabo Swinney. He is going to have his team fired up. Now, you can see last year, Dabo got a lot of flack for not bringing guys in through the portal, but he did it organically, no pun intended. But guess what? They were very successful last season, winning the ACC Championship against SMU in Charlotte. I was at that game. A lot of great fans were there to see that showdown between those two teams. And it's just not going to be anything short of exciting this season as well. We're going to have Miami. They're going to be in the hunt. They lose Cam to the NFL, but guess what? Man, they have a really exciting quarterback coming in through the transfer portal with Carson Beck, and he's going to be looking to do some exciting things with that new and improved offensive line that Miami has. I'm going to almost wrap this thing up, if you will, with Louisville and North Carolina. Well, guess what? Louisville played Clemson so hard last year. I was at that game as well. And I'm telling you right now, Clemson's defense and against Louisville's offense is going to be definitely a must-watch going into 2025. North Carolina Tar Heels, they're loaded, but they must prove that they can win the big games in the big time conference that, they're going to be playing against a lot of heavyweights. So guess what? They got their hands full. Now, we're going to be looking at several other teams that are going to be coming, bringing the hat, if you will, this season. We're going to be looking at the Tigers. Obviously, they have some offensive weapons that are expected to be a little bit more consistent this year. And then Miami has a dynamic running back that is going to be phenomenal. So with the wide receivers and the quarterback shuffle and the running back shuffle among all of the ecosystem of the ACC, it's going to definitely be exciting for this year. Now let's dive into my alma mater, the University of California at Berkeley. Now they're going to be, you guys are going to be surprised at what I say about this, but Cal has a very good schedule in terms of trying to win and get to be the top team in the ACC. Check out their schedule. This weekend, they play Oregon State, okay? Not too shabby, but then if they win that game, they come back and play none other than Texas Southern. Now, potentially, they could be 2-0, right? And they come back and then they play against Minnesota. Now, these are non-ACC teams that they're playing right now, and Justin Wilcox typically has his team ready and locked and loaded and ready to go against non-ACC teams. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can continue that winning streak with non-ACC teams. Now, Cal goes to San Diego they go to Boston College, which will be their first test in the ACC. Then they come back and play Duke and North Carolina. Then they got Virginia Tech, Virginia, and then they're at Louisville. Okay, that's the one that I think they may have some issues with. Now that I'm going to say is going to be their first loss of the season. Yes, you heard it here first. Doug Parrish is saying Cal Berkeley is going to be undefeated until they get to Louisville. And once they go into Louisville, they have a bye after that game. And guess who they play next? Stanford Cardinals. Big rivalry game there at Stanford, looking to get a W there. And then the major challenge will be at the end of the season when SMU comes into Cal Berkeley at Memorial Stadium and plays against the Golden Bears at that particular time, which, ladies and gentlemen, that means that Cal could potentially have a 2-loss season, and they will probably be in the hunt to go to the ACC Championship game in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, you can see this. It's happening. All right. So we got a lot of things cooking over here. We got Clemson that's looking really good. Dabo's got some weapons. Again, you got Cade Klubnik that's running the point at quarterback. You got some receivers in Anthony Williams and Bryant Westcott Jr. And then, like I mentioned, the defense is going to be stellar with defensive lineman Peter Woods and TJ Parker to round out the defense for the Clemson Tigers. Now, the University of Miami, like I said, they have a good running back, but they also have Carson Beck. Now, Carson Beck came in through the transfer portal. He's going to fix and take the place of what Cam Ward did. And Cam is now in the NFL. Of course, everybody knows that. But Carson Beck has some big shoes to fill. And then you round it off with Duke and North Carolina. Now, there are going to be some definite must-see games coming up in the ACC. I'm looking forward to LSU and at Clemson, okay, which is August 30th. That's coming up right around the corner. Then you got to check out the Florida State versus Miami in-state rivalry game. Come on, y'all. You got to be there to check that game out. Louisville will play Miami as well on October 17th. Miami at SMU. You see the theme, Miami. They're good teams. They're going to be playing against some really good competition in SMU. And also Clemson will be playing against Louisville, which is going to be a rematch of a dynamic game that they played in Happy Valley last year. I'm super excited about that game. We talked about the transfers. We talked about Carson Beck going to Miami. He looks like a superstar. He's at the press conference dressed in the Miami green. Yeah, he's ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. So keep your eye out for Carson Beck, transfer from Georgia. Darian Menza, he's at Duke, all right? So Duke is coming in this season with a dynamic quarterback who's transferred in from Tulane, okay? He's one of the top passers in the country, 6'3", 200 pounds, redshirt freshman. And then you got Deuce Robinson catching the rock downfield, taking the top off the defense for Florida State, wide receiver, transfer from USC. Yes, and he's 6'6.5", 220. He's a sophomore, so he can get up and grab the ball when you throw it up high. That's one of the reasons why I have Florida State as one of the top teams in the ACC coming into 2025. Okay, number one in the ACC this season, take my word, Clemson. Second, Miami. Third, Georgia Tech. Fourth, Louisville. Fifth, SMU. Sixth is Duke. North Carolina, 7. Pittsburgh is at 8. Florida State, I have them at 9. Virginia Tech follows them, and then Virginia. And then you got Syracuse at 12. You got North Carolina with Bill Belichick, okay? He's got some good players coming in. Bill Belichick is making all the headlines, but those players are going to have to play. He's going to have players that have bought into his professional system. There at North Carolina, a lot of hoopla. The game is going to be played on the field. Boston College is at 14 for me. And then 15 is my Cal Berkeley Bears. Cal lost his quarterback. Cal lost a lot of running backs. They lost like 5 running backs. I mean, I was like, hey, the offense has been depleted. It's like people just from different conferences just went fishing into Cal Berkeley's fishing watering hole here. I mean, it's ridiculous. However, Cal Berkeley's head coach, Travers family head coach, Justin Wilcox, has been adamant that the offense that they had last year, although it was impressive, it wasn't good enough. So the rebuilding, bringing in a freshman quarterback to mix the whole part of all of the offensive parts that they have is going to be phenomenal. And I can't wait. And I'm excited to see what offensive weapons come out of the transfer portal for Cal Berkeley Bears. And then rounding it off at number 16 and 17 is Wake Forest at 16, and the Stanford Cardinals are at the bottom of the pack. This season is nothing short of amazing, particularly when you have someone like Lee Corso, who is going to be retiring from ESPN. This is his last game day. I mean, his final appearance on College Game Day is just something that is near and dear to my heart, because Lee has been a staple of Saturday morning football for the entire world, essentially. I mean, he is picking the mascots and putting the mascot heads on his head and choosing the teams. That will last forever. And Lee Corso, I just want to say, I really enjoyed you. The team here at Football Organically thinks the world of you. You're a great coach. You're a great person, and we love you. We just want to keep our arms wrapped around you, Coach, so that you can continue to live your life in retirement and be happy. So with that being said, we're going to sign off here at Football Organically, but we will be bringing you more from the sidelines, interviews with players, coaches, and Trailblazers throughout the year leading up into the championship game. Thank you. Take care.